Yo, welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops with your boy, Nikki P. You know what time it is. About to dive into all things T-Mac. Let's get to it, man. I know y'all remember Tracy McGrady. And if this so happens to be your first time hearing about it, then you're in for a treat. He's one of the most talented offensive players to ever play the game. Yeah, so let's jump right to it, revisit the career of one of the most naturally gifted, electrifying, and unstoppable scorers the NBA has ever seen. Two-time scoring champion Tracy McGrady. Known simply as T-Mac, he was poetry in motion, a 6'8 guard, or small forward, with the ball handling of a point guard, the shooting stroke of a pure scorer, and the bounce of a slam dunk champion. If you never got to watch him live, today we're diving deep into his top 10 most iconic moments. Breaking down the plays and explaining why, outside of possibly Nikola Jokic, McGrady might be the best player in the NBA today if he played in this era. Number 10, in 2001, off the backboard dunk in the All-Star game. Let's start with the moment that made T-Mac a household name, the off the backboard self-alley-oop dunk in the 2001 All-Star game. I know y'all remember that. No one had ever done that in an actual game before, especially not on the biggest stage in front of the league's elite. T-Mac was pushing the break, saw he had space, and casually tossed it off the glass with one hand, caught it midair, and hammered it home. The audacity, the skill, the creativity, it was a sign. T-Mac wasn't just playing basketball, he was reinventing how it was supposed to look. Number 9, in 2003, the poster dunk he had on Sean Bradley when he was hit with the Houston Rockets. 7'6" Sean Bradley had one job, protect the rim. McGrady didn't care though. Houston versus Dallas. McGrady has the ball coming down the left baseline, beats somebody off the dribble with a jab step, goes down a couple dribbles, sees Sean Bradley standing right there, and says, "Nah, dog, you in the way," and just rises up on the baseline and just completely destroys him as he hammers it down for one of the most greatest in-game dunks of all time. Yes, that was T-Mac, man, in his prime. When he was healthy, killing. What makes this one so special? The angle, the power, the elevation, and the fact that T-Mac made one of the tallest players in the league, in the league's history for that matter, look like he was standing still, looked like he was a little 6-foot guard. It was violent elegance. Number 8, McGrady Josh 46 against Milwaukee with an injured back. T-Mac had chronic back spasms throughout his career, but one night in 2002, he dropped 46 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Barely able to walk straight, he was bent over at the waist on the bench in between quarters. You'd think he was done. Then he'd come out and bury step-back threes, slash through defenders, and hit runners off one leg. This was a Willis Reed type of moment with style. You could see the pain on his face, yet the man was unstoppable. That's greatness. Number 7, in 2003, McGrady dropped 52 on the Chicago Bulls in just 3 quarters, man. Stop playing. Efficiency meets explosiveness. T-Mac had 52 points through 3 quarters, and the Magic were blowing the Bulls out so badly, he didn't even play in the 4th. He was hitting pull-up threes, turnaround jumpers over double teams, driving down the lane for tomahawk jams, just doing everything and scoring from everywhere on the court. The way he manipulated defenders off 1 dribble, 2 dribble pull-ups, high glass finishes, it was surgical. You don't see scoring clinics like that, and he made it look easy. Number 6, T-Mac never got the playoff success he deserved, but in 2008, he had a game winner against San Antonio in the playoffs. He had one of the finest postseason moments. Tie the game, clock winding down, T-Mac isolates on Bruce Bowen, one of the league's best defenders and probably one of the best on-ball defenders of all time if you really want to take it there. A quick hesitation, a crossover, and he blows by him, gliding in for the go-ahead layup. It wasn't just a bucket. It was how he did it and who he did it against, on the road, under pressure. Vintage T-Mac, cool, calm, clutch. Number 5, in 2002, he had the behind-the-back dunk versus Denver. That was crazy. This one might be the most ridiculous in-game dunk of his career. Fast break, McGrady goes behind the back at full speed, then rises and dunks over 2 defenders without breaking stride. Behind the back plays usually slow players down, but not T-Mac. He used it to gain momentum. It was one of those moments where defenders just looked around like, did that just really happen? Number 4, in 2004, he had a 62-point game against Washington. Let's talk numbers. 62 of them numbers. The man was unconscious. This was the highest scoring game of his career, and it was a masterclass in three-level scoring. He was hitting from 30 feet, hitting turnaround fadeaways, and getting to the rim at will. No one could guard him. And what stands out? No wasted motion. T-Mac had a minimalist, smooth game. Every dribble had a purpose. Every move was efficient. He didn't need 40 shots to get his 62. This was a clinic and a reminder when McGrady was locked in, no one can match his bucket for bucket. Number 3, we getting down to the nitty-gritty, folks. Let's go. First round against the Pistons. He dunks on Mehmet Okur just viciously, man. Game 2, he splits a double team, drives hard baseline, elevates, and hammers on Okur with one hand. The Magic were underdogs, but McGrady played with reckless confidence. After that dunk, he glared at the Detroit bench like he knew he was the best player in the series, because he was. At 23 years old, he averaged 30 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists in that series. A true one-man wrecking show. Number 2, in 2004, off the glass to himself. Not in the All-Star game this time, but in a regular season game. He did it in the All-Star game first, but when he did it in the regular season game, that's when the legend grew. T-Mac was double-teamed, no options, and said, F it. Toss it off the glass, catches it midair, and dunks on 2 defenders. That's not just basketball IQ. That's creativity mixed with freak athleticism. Who else is thinking about that in game? Now you see a lot of players have done it since McGrady, but McGrady had that innovation aspect to it. And number 1, 2004, 13 points in 33 seconds versus San Antonio while he was over there with the Houston Rockets. The crown jewel right here. December 9, 2004, the Rockets were down 76-68 with 35 seconds left. McGrady goes on to score 13 points in 33 seconds. First, a contested 3, then a steal and a pull-up 3. Next trip, fouled on a 3, makes all 3 free throws. Then with the Rockets still down 2, he steals the inbounds pass and hits another fading 3 over 2 defenders to win the game, all in under 35 seconds. Let that sink in. 13 points, including multiple contested 3s, a steal, and a game winner against the defending champs with Bruce Bowen and Tim Duncan guarding you. That's not a hot streak. That's divine intervention wearing a number 1 jersey. When we look back at the career of Tracy McGrady, what we see is a blend of talent, elegance, dominance, and heartbreak. Injuries robbed him and robbed us of the prime that could have lasted longer. But even in that window, he was arguably the best scorer of his era, if not at least one of them. Smooth as KD, explosive as Kobe, vision like Luka, and footwork that would have thrived in today's space and pace and era. Let me say it clearly, if Tracy McGrady played today in a league that values spacing, freedom of movement, pace, perimeter scoring, and no bigs to clog the paint, he would be a top 1 or 2 player in the league and an MVP candidate with multiple MVPs under his belt. Right there with Jokic. Nobody could guard him one-on-one, and you couldn't trap him. He'd find the open man. He was a unicorn before we called players unicorns. T-Mac wasn't just a player. He was a walking highlight reel with Hall of Fame soul. A man whose greatness echoes through every smooth pull-up you see from Jason Tatum and every silky crossover from Devin Booker, every fearless step back from Luka, minus the traveling, of course, because before them all, there was Tracy McGrady. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you think. Drop in them comment sections, like, share, do all that good stuff, and I'll holla back at you. Peace. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is Eat, Sleep, Breathe, Hoops. Peace.